Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back. I am so incredibly excited to be here with you guys today. My name is Jon Santiago, and I'm proud to lead an agency called M8, and we are so grateful and proud to be part of the newest member of the iProspect family. So to us, being part of iProspect means that we get to be part of a team of incredible digital marketers, all of you here, in helping you, our clients, really stay at the forefront of performance marketing. And what M8 brings to the table is 18 years of helping brands effectively and authentically communicate with multicultural audiences, particularly Hispanic consumers. Is this thing working here? There we go. So if you've been in marketing and advertising the last couple of years, you know the numbers. 60 million Hispanics throughout the United States as reported last year in the 2018 numbers. 18% of the US population is Hispanic. That's 1 in 5 consumers in the United States that are Hispanic. You've probably also heard the tremendous growth numbers in terms of our spending that really have catapulted the conversation about communicating with Hispanics in a tremendous way. You've probably also heard that we're not a homogenous group, that Hispanics are quite diverse, and you can't speak to us in very singular terms. But what you may not have heard so much about is that brands looking to authentically communicate with multicultural audiences, particularly Hispanics, can't necessarily look at the Mexican American in the Southwest and try to build a strong brand relationship with them the same way they would a Latino that's from the Caribbean islands that's in the Northeast. If this was 2010, these would be the headlines that you'd see. It was a census year. And there's another census year that's coming up next year, 2020. And marketers rushed to find opportunity in communicating with Hispanics during that census year. And for those marketers who were thoughtful enough to really dedicate and try to build enduring relationships with Hispanics over these last 10 years, they're really going to reap the dividends of what Hispanic consumers can offer them in terms of loyalty and their buying power. And so for those of you in this audience who have not yet committed to a really strategic multicultural process and marketing strategy, it's not too late. We're here to help. So today I hope to share, and we hope to share with you, some really great ideas and insights about how you can build a marketing organization that addresses multicultural markets audiences very efficiently, effectively, and thoughtfully. And I brought with me today not only somebody who I adore and is a great friend and happens to be one of our clients. He brings 20 years of experience in marketing, helping building wireless carriers, internet startups. He is on the board of the Multicultural Advisory Committee over at Google. One of the things I think is most thoughtful about him is that he not only works with a tremendous team over at Sprint to help build marketing strategy, but he also gets down deep into the trenches with me and my team, and he's actually even Google AdWords certified, which is quite incredible. He gets the best out of M8, but my search marketing team actually, he drives them crazy. So please welcome to the stage Alberto Lorente from Sprint, Vice President of Marketing.
So I'm kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest. They
I'm
have
glad
a
you said it.
report.
I'm glad you said it.
And on the weekly meeting, they have a report. They call it the Alberto report. It keeps on growing and growing, so it takes 4 hours to do. So I decided, okay, let's kill it. So don't let me talk anymore. So I'm learning delegation. So anyway.
So what I wanted to talk to you about today was we really want to understand and explain to the audience what the opportunity is to focus on the multicultural audiences, right? You guys at Sprint have really doubled down, I think more so than all of your competitors in a very competitive space in telemarketing. Give us a little bit of the secret sauce. What do you see as the opportunity?
Yeah, okay. So first of all, why do we do this? It's clear. It's great for business. We have revenue per account for Hispanic customers is larger than non-Hispanic. There's a simpler reason for this. Families are larger. Our effort is not count by line, it's count by account. They come together. They actually come usually on weekends as a family event. They like to go to Sprint stores, but that's what happens. So that's important. But also, if you look at the future, it's the fastest growing demographic, right? So it's going to grow, estimates, it's about 28% in the next 10 years, while the rest of the population of the US is going to grow only by 5%. So that's the reason why. And our approach, it's a bit different, right? So all of you here probably are doing marketing for Hispanics. There's two ways of doing it, right? It's a total market approach in which you say, I'm going to be inclusive of Spanish and Hispanic, and that's it, right? So you're going to make sure you include everyone, right, including Hispanics. The other approach is the one that we take, which is a bit more complicated. You need more time. You need to learn. You need to learn about how these people behave, what are the passion points, and how to make them move emotionally. So we take care of that. But also, within our industry, how do they behave, right? Let me give you an example. For example, the digital organization. They mainly work, of course, they have upper funnel stuff, but they usually work towards metrics on the bottom of the funnel, right? And they really like to get customers to buy online or buy online and pick up in the stores. The reason for that is that, there's a good chance they can have a lot of people buying online and growing that. For Hispanic, conversion rate in the web is 3 times lower, and we know that. But we know also that in our industry, you have to go and research first. You're not walking to a store. You have to be crazy. You have to wait for a long time. It's complicated, right? So you want to research first. And this is what Hispanics do very well. So basically, our strategy is completely different, right? So our call to actions usually is set up a meeting right now so that you can walk to the nearest store, right? We also do online buys for our customer base because the barriers are not there. So we sub-segment the whole Hispanic population, clients and no clients. But the reality is that we treat them different, not only the way we communicate, but also on the way we treat them through all the journey, right? So that's important. And the other part, which is, I think, important, talking more about how we communicate, is talking about passion points. We use music a lot, Latin music. Nowadays, it's even more popular than country music, EDM. It's really popular among the general public. But for Hispanic, means that you can have a highly recognizable ad, increase attention. Most of all, you create memorable campaigns. This is why we like to do it. But I guess, did I answer the question?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay. That and more so, We know as your agency, you guys are using a ton of data in order to be really thoughtful about how you approach the different Hispanic communities across the United States. And I think that's evidence of some of the things that we believe at iProspect about people-based marketing. It's really using data to be thoughtful, to care about the consumer, and show them that we know something about them. And the next time that they visit a platform that we've interacted with them on before, or our website, whatever it might be, that we're using those data points to add value back to their lives. Correct. Tell us, so let's put it into action. How did you structure, and you and your team structure, building a marketing organization inside Sprint to really take advantage of the opportunity? So what was the organizational structure?
That's key. We are a very large organization, so 30,000 employees. Imagine the complexity, right? So this has to start from the top. The people there, starting from the CEO, need to understand, and they understand in Sprint, that this is the future, right? Focusing on a specific segment like the Hispanic is the future. But then they took care of building a senior management team which is extremely diverse, coming from many different parts of the world. I mean, just think about it. We're in the middle of Kansas City. We needed to bring diversity there, to bring different points of view, look outside the box, all the typical things that the diversity brings. Those are the ingredients that you really need. It was easy for us because our CEO is actually from Bolivia. and he brought a lot of people from all over the world, so that was easier in our case. Now, the second thing is that you see in a lot of organizations, you do Hispanic, sometimes you have a consultant, sometimes you have strategies, and these people, they run across the organization advising, the brand advertising team, the digital teams, etc. But they don't own anything, right? Mm-hmm. They don't own a budget. So the difference is that the CEO made us accountable, right? They gave us the budget and the KPIs and the ownership of all the channels, right? So there's no bullshit, honestly. If I don't make the gross ads or the store visits or the credit applications, it's my fault because I have a direct contact with the sales organization. I do everything, right? You might think, oh, yeah, but that would not be very well coordinated with the general market campaigns. No, we do. We report directly to the CMO, and we coordinate campaigns. So we always give our campaigns an integrated feel with respect to the campaigns that you see in the general market.
Fantastic. So we're going to go through a case study, but why don't you give the audience a quick summary of kind of what success looks like?
Okay, so let's look at last year. There was the World Cup. This is an incredible opportunity, not only for Hispanic. Around the world, about 3.4 billion people. We're talking about billions of people. That's half of the population of Earth. We're watching at any time some games, okay? For Hispanic, we're talking about people who like soccer. We're talking about national pride. It's something amazing, right? So it's a great opportunity for us. It was a great opportunity for us, and we started thinking with your team, long hours, how can we make Sprint really relevant? How can we do it? And we found a way, right? So last year, the games were in Russia. So you go to work, and this is when the games start, right? Because there's a time difference. So everybody had to watch the games, their favorite country, when they were at work. And then we thought, oh, this is perfect, because we do offer unlimited mobile data access. They can see the games. Oh, this is great. We got it. So what we did is we kind of said, okay, that's the message. That's a practical message, but that's boring, right? What can we do to really make it fun? And we thought, how about if we build a digital ecosystem so that everybody can watch the games without getting caught at work, right? Let's invent a few things. And we're all laughing, thinking, oh, this is great, right? So you're going to see an example of things, but we went from creating a contest in which if you win, a soccer legend would come to work and you would go watch the game. But we created, thanks to your team, for example, the excuse maker. You're in a meeting. Oh, you program a call. Oh, I'm sorry, I had to go, right? Or if you're in an open area, you cannot see the game because people are looking over your shoulder, you receive the real-time information in the form of an email, so nobody knows, right? So we had a bunch of things. We even, I don't know if you brought it in today, we even invented a box that looks like a desk organizer and allows you to see the game because there's a little screen with a Chromecast, but it shows white. There's nothing there, but if you have special sunglasses, you could see the whole thing. Right? So anyway, we had a lot of fun. We even did a video with the CEO doing this because we really enjoyed it. But here is a presentation of summary of the campaign.
Let's take a look.
Missing the World Cup is unthinkable for Hispanics, but keeping up with the tournament in Russia during work hours was going to be rough from the U.S. Introducing Football Mode, a platform to give soccer fans unlimited access to the World Cup during work hours. How we did it. First, we brought 3 soccer legends to sub their fans at work, so they can go enjoy the games of the 2018 World Cup. Then, we created social content inviting people to the website.
Justo me programas esta sesión en el horario del partido.
Tranquilo, es cuestión de que te cambies de sprint.
Pibe.
Así que ves el partido en una red con ilimitado a mejor precio. Ponte el Full Mode que yo te cubro.
Toma.
Nunca más volveré a hablar de esto.
Todo bien. Todo bien.
Here, the fans could enter a contest to have a soccer player be a team player and fill in for them at work. There, they could actually choose their favorite legend. The day of the game, it was time for soccer legends to show up at their workplace and surprise the 3 winners. We teamed up with Telemundo to give all fans access to stream the broadcast from their phone, the perfect excuse to prove Sprint's network capabilities. We also created exclusive content and other tools for getting away with watching the games, like the calendar blocker,
Una reunión a la hora del juego.
the excuse maker,
Programas una llamada para poder irte a ver el partido.
and the unlimited football vision.
Fútbol en todo momento sin que te pillen.
This was the year where Sprint's network gave unlimited access to the Cup to those with unlimited passion. And you know, being a team player always scores good results.
Over 3 million users from Sprint and the competition downloaded the app, with 70% tuning to Sprint's channel. Increased our share of subscribers during the World Cup, gained new Hispanic users, reduced our turnover ratio, and millions of fans used Sprint's mobile tools during the World Cup.
And the true winners of this World Cup were all the customers who switched to Sprint.
So the results on this were clear. So we increased sales 13% during the World Cup and then the 3 months after. And we also were able to reduce churn during that time. And of course, we increased share of voice. So we were very, very happy with the results.
Fantastic, fantastic. So we want to leave you with 2 things before we walk away today. The first of which is we believe in philosophy that data equals caring. Use the data that you have and all the information that you have about your consumers thoughtfully and respectfully when communicating with all of your audiences, particularly ones that are of multicultural nature, to really add value to their lives. And lastly, you know, there's a real opportunity with multicultural marketing in terms of its scalable growth, right? You should, if invested and used correctly, you can really use it to address all the great opportunities for scale for your businesses. And thank you very much for having us today. I see us running out of time.
Thank you.